Hey guys. So, I remember in my last video when we finished Five Nights at Treasure Island that I said that I would be playing the Infinite Night. But I have some very sad news. I go into extras, right? I start actually recording a video. And, you know, I click Infinite Night, right? Nothing loads. I don't know how to do this. I've tried pressing a bunch of different buttons, and I could not get Infinite Night to load. Unlike all the other nights, you can just click them once and they load immediately. So, of course, I tried to look up how to unlock the Infinite Night, but all I can get information on is the remastered version. So, unfortunately, we will not be getting to Infinite Night. I apologize for not knowing beforehand, but I'm not going to leave you guys with a disappointing video. I don't want you guys to be like, this is it? This is the next Flipside Vids upload after a week of not uploading? So, I remembered a video that went viral not too long ago. I saw one of my people that I watch on YouTube react to this video right here. I mean, and I thought, hey, you know, I thought it would be an interesting idea if I put my thoughts into this video. I've seen it before, and there's just so much to unpack. Just even in the thumbnail alone. Like, Jesus Christ, what is this woman wearing? You know what? Let's leave the comments for when the actual video begins. I have the video in another tab because I'm not watching ads. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and get into this video. Jesus Christ. I mean, what is she wearing? We have plaid here. We got stripes there. We got more stripes and plaid on this side. This is like a Harley Quinn outfit, people. And Jesus Christ, the amount of like makeup and the rainbow hair dye. God damn. I mean, geez, that's gotta... Okay, first of all, that's gotta be absolutely horrendous for your scalp. You know, if you dye your hair too much, it's not very good for your scalp. So, gee whiz, I pray for this the top of this woman's head. I mean, holy crap. I mean, you even got the plushie with the freaking NPC flag, because that's what it is. This is a flag for the NPCs. On the rabbit, like, whatever. I'm not gonna go too deep into a fucking plushie, but oh my god, let's get into the video because there is once again a lot to unpack. What even like Buzz Lightyear and the T-Rex earrings? Like, are you kidding me? Whatever. Let's just get in the video.
Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. I am a little...
Alright, get to it. Get to it, okay?
Queer women to talk about
just get to it.
My thoughts and have this conversation with you all because that's... Enjoy this video. So,
blah, blah, blah. Get to it.
Come to the bar.
Alright, here we go.
Man friend to come to the bar, and there was a negative reaction, and she came onto TikTok to complain about it. So I'll show you the TikTok and then we can get into it.
Alright. Jesus, this is why! Oh my... Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm not paying for fucking YouTube Premium. Alright?
Friday night I went...
And this is the shit that pisses me off. Because you know what really pisses me off is when I'm watching YouTube and I see a TikTok and I say, okay, let me click on the YouTube short, and it's women doing their makeup on TikTok talking about shit. I don't want to see that. It's cringe. I guess it's just a woman thing to film yourself putting makeup on and shit, or whatever she's doing.
It's my first lesbian bar. I was about to go home early, but then my friend who's a lesbian came over to the bar at the restaurant we were at and said, I'm going to go to this bar. Do you want to come? And I was like, absolutely, why not? We got there and I was having so much fun. Everyone was so nice. The music was all like Renee rap and I was living my best life. Until one of our guy friends wanted to meet up with us and he comes into the bar for quite literally 2 minutes. Literally wanted to come in, say hello and leave. Girl approaches him pretty soon after he walks in and goes, what are you doing here? To be honest, I was a little taken aback because as a straight woman in a gay bar and also a straight woman who goes to a male gay bar, I've never felt like that before or been approached like that. The girl goes on to say, like, I've been coming to this bar for 10 years and blah, blah, blah. Basically, like, my friend didn't belong there. Now I get it. It's a gay bar for women. But the amount of very obviously flamboyantly gay men that were in that bar that were not being approached and yelled at.
Okay. So immediately we're establishing that there's other men in that bar. She says, gay, flamboyant men. But, who's to say that any of those men are really even gay in the first place? They look and they act and they sound gay. How does someone sound, look, and appear and act gay? Like that's not up for debate. It's purely opinion. So I mean, I doubt any like straight men are wanting to go to like lesbian bars to have a good time. I mean, gee whiz. Like this woman's friend was that's a man, was probably just coming in to say hello to his friend and everything. But so how are men able to get in here like appearing gay? So how do you let what I'm trying to say is, how do you let some men into the bar and not other men? Okay? That's the flaw. That's the first thing that I see and what I'm hearing that smells like bullshit. So it probably is bullshit. Let's continue with the video.
Was wild. And I'm just curious your thoughts on this, because I was like, I looked at her and I was nice until I wasn't, but the way she spoke to us like as a group, and I looked at her and I was like, he is with us, he's good. Like, she was not having it. She did not want him in that bar at all, and I get it, but like, there's no rules against that, unless there are and I didn't see them. But we left soon after because we had already been there for a while and he just literally came to say hello. But I'm just curious, like, are straight males not allowed to go to a lesbian bar?
Apparently not that one. Apparently, if you don't seem gay enough, you're not allowed to be in a bar with other, like, with that's meant for lesbians. Like, apparently, if you don't appear gay, you're not allowed to be in a lesbian bar, which is weird because, how are you able to tell who's gay and who's not? A guy could be the most flamboyant, gay-looking motherfucker going into a lesbian bar and, still be like, haha, they don't know that I'm actually straight, haha, So it's just bullshit at the end of the day. Let's continue.
I'm genuinely curious. Like I said, this was my first time going to a legit lesbian bar. So please, enlighten me.
Oh, Jesus. Did you see that? the little rainbow around the like sign. You know what? Fuck this video. Okay, I have to sign in. All right. I forgot.
It's like he's probably never going to go back there again because it really wasn't worth the drama. But I just feel it was a little dramatic.
All right, at least we're done having to watch the woman put on her makeup. Jesus Christ. So, here we go.
Entitlement that, like, drips off of this video is astounding.
Entitlement? Where? Where was the entitlement? First of all, the woman was not even acting entitled. She was speaking about her friend, her male friend that came in, not her. She was not speaking in a way that, you know, she should be allowed. She was talking about the other guy. How is that entitlement? If you wanna put, see, when I start to go insane, I can't really form my thoughts coherently. But in no way, shape, or form did any sort of entitlement come out of that woman. All right. She was actually taken aback by the behavior of the other woman that came up to her male friend and being like, what the hell are you doing here? That is what came off onto me, was the, you know, I would say the concern for her friend. So there's no entitlement anywhere. Okay, there's no entitlement. All right. First of all, it's not like that woman even snuck into the bar. Like, she was allowed into the bar. If she was not allowed into the bar but came into the bar anyway successfully and then was talking about, you know, her friend getting harassed by a woman, yeah, that would be a little bit entitled. But she was allowed in. I'm guessing because, you know, the people that were watching the door or whatever, or even if there's no one even watching the door to make sure you're lesbian or you're gay was there or not, she got in, and everyone else thought she was a lesbian. So, even though she was a straight woman, let's just continue with this video. This delusional skittle woman.
Honestly, it's quite impressive, the level of entitlement that exists in this video. It's absolutely absurd to me that she doesn't understand, like, the problem here and is confused by the confrontation that happened.
What's the problem? There's no problem. Okay? There's no issue. The guy came into the bar saying hello to his friend for a couple minutes, the woman said. There's no issue. The made up issue was coming from the woman who was harassing the makeup woman's friend. She's the one that created an issue. If she wants to create an issue, go up to all the other guys and saying, "What the hell are you doing here? This is a lesbian bar." Like, it just doesn't go together like a puzzle. It doesn't. It's like a bunch of. This is like a square going into a circle-shaped hole. Nothing is, like, making sense.
And the upset that it caused. Because, like, even if we take sexuality out of the conversation, even if we removed that and we're just like, this is a woman's space, because, you know, she is a woman, so she should be able to understand that at least.
What do you mean this is a woman's space? It's public property. First of all, It's first of all, it's public property. Okay, you can't stop like men from going anywhere except a woman's bathroom. Okay, because that's fucking a bathroom where you're exposing your private parts to use the restroom. Okay, that's the only way you can stop anyone from going anywhere in any sort of establishment unless it's closed. Unless you broke the law and you're not allowed to go in there anymore. Unless someone has a restraining order and you can't go near a person that's in an establishment. That's it. Otherwise, suck it.
Right? You don't invite men into that space because it is a sanctuary away from men.
Oh, give me okay, all right. I'm not. You know what? This does not even warrant a response.
That is not a space for men to be. Yeah?
It's not a space. It's not a space for men to be. Okay, where exactly? Like, there is no definition. Like, there are no specific places other than a woman's bathroom where where men are not allowed to go. All right? Like, a sanctuary, like, that doesn't exist. Like, that does not exist. There is no sanctuary for me, people like me. That doesn't exist.
And especially cis-het men. Like, she mentioned that there were some, like, flamboyant gay men that were there, and, like, why isn't that a problem? The reason that isn't so much of a problem is, one, if they were invited by, like, their sapphic friend, then they are allowed to be there. Just
okay, all right. So she's saying that if a gay man, all right, is invited by her lesbian friend into the bar, that's okay. But I mean, I could... Any sort of man can act a certain way and be gay or straight or bisexual. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't... Like, I can be the most... Okay, let's not say me. Someone can be the most masculine-looking dude and be homosexual. Like, why are people making judgments based on appearance? Because that's the only way you can even try to attempt to pick apart who seems gay and who doesn't. By appearance and outward, their outward appearance and the way that they act. That's it. Like, I can act like the most, like, tough heterosexual guy, the most testosterone filled beast out there, but I can still be homosexual. Like,
just as you, as a straight woman, are allowed to be there. They aren't going to...
Wait, hold on, what?
Just as you, as a straight woman, are allowed to be there. They are allowed to be there. If they were invited by, like, their sapphic friend, then they are allowed to be there. Just as you, as a straight woman, are allowed to be there. They aren't going to be going and, like, hitting on women and make...
Okay. So a lesbian woman can invite her straight, her straight female friend, but they can't, but you're not allowed to invite your straight male friend. Seems like, it's a word that starts with the letter D. I wonder what that could be. It's got 5 syllables, and it rhymes with elimination. I wonder what that could be. D-I-S-C-R-E-T. Wait, that's not it. Fuck. Discrimination. Okay, that sounds like discrimination to me. You know, men can't be there, but women can be there. It doesn't matter if the woman is straight or gay. A woman is allowed to be there, but you know, a man is not allowed to be there based on how they appear, how gay they appear. That doesn't make any sense. I can't believe I spelled discrimination wrong. I'm gonna get clipped for that if I ever blow up.
Making women uncomfortable. They are there with their sapphic friend because they are both queer. They are in a queer space together. And
once again, a queer space does not exist. Okay, there are no queer spaces. All right. No, there's no place where you're allowed to like kick people out. Where you're allowed to kick people out if they don't appear straight or gay. It's not allowed. Like if I were to kick, if I were to make a straight bar and I were to prohibit gay people from entering it, I would get my shit taken down for discrimination. But it's okay to not allow, you know, straight people, or in this case, straight men into a establishment. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Respecting that they are a guest in that queer space. If they are gay men who are going into a lesbian bar unaccompanied, then no, they shouldn't be there. I will state that gay men going into a lesbian bar by themselves, that shouldn't happen.
Okay, alright. So if we are to apply the rule that, you know, men are not allowed into a space, not be allowed in a lesbian bar, that makes sense. But here's the one thing you have to remember. Alright? Who exactly is paying attention to the men coming in to the bars? Alright? Like, a group of gay men, for example, could be entering this bar. Oh, we have 23 minutes, and we're only at 5. Jesus Christ. How long have we been recording for? 23 minutes! Alright, we can do this. 23 minutes. Alright, so if a group of gay men are entering a lesbian bar, they could be entering without the invitation of a woman, right? And they could be fooling everyone and saying, yeah, we were invited by our straight, by our female friend. Yeah, she's right over there, and people could be like, oh, okay, blah blah blah, and go about their day, right? And you know, this fucking shit. This world we live in, people.
It shouldn't be there. Regardless, you brought a man, a cis het man, into a safe space for queer women, where queer women feel safe because we don't have very many spaces, you know?
What are you talking? Okay, what are you talking about? If you're talking about strict, like you're going around assuming that everywhere is a danger to gay people, gay women, for example. You have all the spaces in the fucking, okay, not in the world, because don't go to the Middle East, but you have all sorts of space. You have the regular bars to go to, like, gee whiz. You have the regular bars to go into. All right? Like we're not going to prohibit homosexuals from entering the normal bars. But, you know, for some reason, it's not cool for, you know, men to be going into a lesbian bar. And I don't, you know, it's not that I even want to go into a lesbian bar in the first place. I don't want to go in there, okay? I don't want to go in there. I doubt any straight guy would want to go into a lesbian bar. But, you know, I'm just throwing out examples. I'm not saying that straight guys want to go into lesbian bars or that, you know, we should be going in there. I don't want to fucking go in there. It's not a space like for me. Like I wouldn't. I'd be like a stranger in there. Like I don't know. Like no thanks. I'm good. Which is what I feel like a lot of straight guys like me are saying. Like I don't even want to go in there. But for this video, it's not about that. So
there are not many places where queer women feel welcome and accepted and safe.
All right. Well, I just went over I just went over all that about 60 seconds ago. So.
And so inviting a cis-het man into one of those spaces is going to cause people to be a little bit on edge and a little bit uncomfortable, because a lot of cis-het men really like to go into these queer women spaces and take it upon themselves to hit on women and...
What? All right, let's hear her out, for example. Let's hear her out.
Make women uncomfortable, and it really ruins the entire thing for everyone that it was created for.
Who is to say that every like lesbian woman is uncomfortable around a guy? Who are you to say that? That, you know, when a man enters a queer space, everyone gets uncomfortable. What if a fucking lesbian woman doesn't get uncomfortable by a straight man's presence? Have you ever thought about that? I fucking doubt it.
Like you say, I don't understand why she was upset. Like, there's not a rule that men can't be in there. Like, no, there isn't an official rule that men aren't allowed to go in. Like, straight men aren't allowed to go in.
Okay, then get fucked. Get fucked. Everything else you're saying is shit now. Because you've established that there's no official rule that straight men can't go into establishments that you don't want them to go into. So get fucked.
However, it's pretty heavily implied that cis-het men aren't welcome in these spaces. Like, legally, you cannot deny them entry. But it seems like a pretty obvious conclusion to draw to not bring those people
6
into
minutes.
these spaces.
God.
And to make it even worse, this lesbian bar is one of only 3 in the entirety of New York.
All right, so New York, right? Three out of New York are lesbian bars. You can go into the other bars. Holy shit. You can go into the other bars. I just explained a little while ago that, like, if someone were to open a bar in this day and age and discriminate against homosexuals, that shit would be shut down. So you have actually more spaces than you think, woman. All right?
And it has a capacity of 75. Only 75 people can go in there. And you took up one of those spaces with a cis-het male friend to come say hi.
Bro, you have more than... 75. You're worried about 75. You can go to the other bars, like, whatever.
Which is bullshit, because he had to wait in line to get in there. I know there was a fucking line to get in there. He had to wait in line to get in there. There's no way.
Did she say there was a line to get in there? I don't remember there was a line to get in there. What are we at? 7:12. Okay, good. She did not say there was a line to get in there. I hopefully I stand correct.
Bar at the restaurant we were at and said, I'm going to go to this bar. Do you want to come? And I was like, absolutely, why not? We got there and I was having so much fun. Everyone was so nice. The music was all like Renee rap and I was living my best life. Until one of our guy friends wanted to meet up with us and he comes into the bar for quite literally 2 minutes. Literally wanted to come in, say hello and leave. Girl approaches him pretty soon after he walks in and goes, what are you doing here? To be honest, I was a little taken aback because as a straight woman in a gay bar and also a straight woman who goes to a male gay bar, I've never felt like that before or been approached like that. The girl goes on to say, like, I've been coming to this bar for 10 years and blah, blah, blah. Basically, like, my friend didn't belong there. Now I get it. It's a gay bar for women. But the amount of very obviously flamboyantly gay men that were in that bar that were not being approached and yelled at was wild. And I'm just curious, your thoughts
Jeez,
on
it took
this,
me forever to find the plug.
I was like, I looked at her and I was nice until I wasn't. But the way she spoke to us, like, as a group, and I looked at her and I was like, he is with us, he's good. Like, she was not having it. She did not want him in that bar at all, and I get it. But, like, there's no rules against that. Unless there are, and I didn't see them. But we left soon after because we had already been there for a while, and he just literally came to say hello. But I'm just curious, like, are straight males not allowed to go to a lesbian bar? I'm genuinely curious. Like I said, this was my first time going to a legit lesbian bar. So please, enlighten me.
Look at that shit.
I guess, like, he's probably never going to go back there again because it really wasn't worth the drama. But I just feel it was a little dramatic.
Alright, so we just wasted all our time rewatching that. Not once did she say there was a fucking line to be in there. And has she even been to that one? I doubt it, because I think I remember she said she lives in, like, the UK or whatever. So, who's to say there was a fucking line to be in there?
The way he just went in to say hi. That didn't happen. Don't lie. And I also would like to add, in the part where she's like, I, as a straight woman, go to male gay bars all the time. Why isn't that a problem? Why am I allowed there when straight men aren't allowed into lesbian bars? I don't think straight women should be going to gay bars either.
Okay, alright. If we want to stand on the same ground, that's the one we're standing on. Don't go to fucking... Don't, like... It doesn't make sense for women to be going into gay bars either, okay? There we go. The one thing we agree on. But there's nothing stopping them, is there? But that's just a matter of opinion. Most of this is just a matter of opinion. So, that's one W out of 1,000 different L's in this video. So, hold that one and savor it.
Just because you are more accepted there than, like, straight men are at lesbian bars doesn't mean you should be there. I don't think you should be going into those spaces either. Straight people, you have all of the bars.
You have all the bars too! Don't act like there's some sort of inequality of bars. You have all the bars too. You just don't, you and a lot of other people like you don't like the opposite gender going into your bars. That's it. You have all the bars too. Well, according to you, not except the gay bars, not the lesbian bars, but still, it applies. You have all the other bars. Give me a break. Stop saying, like, there's not enough bars. You have all the bars. The straight people, we have less bars. Because we don't want to go into these gay bars because it's not a place where, like, it would be weird. Like, I'm straight. I don't want to go into an area where there's a bunch of dancing gay people in leather suits and shit. I don't want to, like, it's not the fact that we don't want to or we shouldn't. Like, it's that, like, in real life, you can. Like, it's not... In real life, it's not a matter of opinion. It's a matter of can you or can't you. But if we're talking about opinions, yes, I agree with this woman that, straight people shouldn't be going into gay bars and shit like that, because it just doesn't make sense. But once again, I sound like a broken record.
All of the bars are your bars. Can you leave ours alone to us, please?
No, bitch. If I want to say hello to my friend for a couple minutes, I'm going to say hello to my friend for a couple minutes.
The amount of straight women that go into gay bars to feel safe away from straight men is quite astounding. There's quite a lot of them who do that.
Oh my
and
God.
Then will get upset when they are hit on by queer women.
If you don't feel safe around men, you need fucking therapy. Because I'm sorry, men are not going away, and there's nothing stopping men from going into gay establishments. Okay? If you want to feel safe away from away from men, stay in your fucking house. Or wherever. Stay in your home. Don't go outside. Gee whiz. Otherwise, get fucked.
And even if that's not you, even if you just go to a gay bar just to feel safer away from straight men, now straight men have...
This shit is 23 minutes long. Do you feel the need to go on about this? Oh, going in circles for 23 minutes. What are we at? Fucking 36. We're only at 8 minutes.
Have caught on to that and know that straight women go there to escape being hit on by straight men. So now gay bars are overrun by straight people who just are privileged enough to be able to take up all of the spaces.
Alright, you want to know why most straight men don't go into gay bars? Because it doesn't appeal to them, alright? Straight men are not taking over our gay bars. They're not fucking taking them over because they don't feel like going in there. Because it doesn't appeal to them. That's how you fucking make a business. You appeal to a certain demographic. Alright? Gay bars don't appeal to the straight demographic. Alright? Gee whiz. You know why? You know why there's regular bars? So they appeal to all the demographics. Alright?
Please just leave us something. All of the bars, all of the clubs, they belong to you already.
They don't belong to me. They don't belong to anyone. They don't belong to anyone. They belong to the fucking business owner that owns the place. That's it.
You need to come and take our stuff off of us. You have
Fuck
all of
that.
them. And if you feel unsafe there and it's not enjoyable, I'm really sorry. That sucks, but that doesn't really give you the right to come into our safe spaces and make our safe spaces feel unsafe. I just really don't
Safe
understand
space.
how you as a...
Yeah, sorry. Every time I hear safe space, I immediately imagine pulling out a minigun and just obliterating whatever safe space that is. Alright? Gee whiz. That word safe space is such a meme. I can't believe you're using that ironically. Non-ironically, I mean.
A woman have come into this safe woman's space and felt the need to invite a man into it when you are already the guest in this space. You have been invited here by your queer friend to come into this space with her, and then you took it upon yourself to invite someone else. You can't do that. You as a guest cannot invite another guest. That's not how being a guest works.
What? Alright. Here's a hypothetical for you. I am offered to go to dinner with a friend. I say, hey, Can I bring my other friend with me? I think, you know them, right? Yeah, I know them. Okay, cool. Let's all have dinner together. Sure, okay, that sounds cool. What the fuck is wrong with that? Oh, but apparently this woman knows how inviting guests work. What the fuck? What the fuck? How fucking delusional do you have to be? Going in circles, talking about this shit in circles for 23 minutes, and then you think you know how inviting people to places works? Like, it's not up to you. Oh my lord. 9 minutes.
This is not your space to invite someone into. And then there's also the fact that in this video she has made, she was not telling the whole truth. And she manipulated some facts to go in her favor. And the girl who came and confronted them and asked why this man was in there has made a response video to this to explain what actually happened.
Alright, we'll see if there is any manipulation after we watch this woman right here.
Which I will show you now.
What are you doing here? To be honest, I was a little taken aback because as a...
Been going to this bar, some context on so that video is actually about me. I'm that lesbian, so I just wanted to provide some context on what happened from my perspective. So I was at Cubbyhole, been going to this bar for 8 years since I moved to New York. I actually met my wife there. I was waiting in the bathroom line, minding my own business, and there was a dude standing in front of the bathroom. I tapped him on his shoulder. I was like, excuse me, you know, you're kind of in the way, whatever. I was not trying to start conflict, anything like that. He turns around. He seemed a little bit grumpy.
You were not trying to start You were not trying to start conflict? Sounds like you created a conflict. You made the queer Kiwi talk about this shit for 23 minutes. And you made this woman seem uninvited and kind of made her night a little bit worse. So it seems like you did some shit. And I'd like to hear the perspective of the guy who went into that bar. If anybody can find that video, leave it in the comments section down below.
Are you even here with anyone? Like, what are you doing in this bar? And he points to his friend, a girl who seems pretty queer to me.
Okay, and she goes to this guy and is like, what are you doing here? Why don't you go ask all the other gay guys? What are you doing here in a lesbian bar? But, you know, I guess they seemed gay enough for you. Right? And apparently no one in your community can agree on whether gay people should be allowed in lesbian bars or not.
Not the girl who made that other video. And she's like, he's with me. I'm like, okay, cool. I turn around, continue to wait in line, really had to pee. And then this...
Oh, so there was a line for the fucking bathroom.
This guy comes to me and he goes, well, if I wasn't here with someone, would that be a problem? And I say, absolutely. Like, yes, it would be a problem. This guy, the girl in that video, some other girls, they all jump at me and they're like, what? Like, why would you say that? That's so messed up, blah, blah, blah. These people start coming at me and I'm just in the bathroom.
Right, it is messed up. Not that there's anything like morally messed up, but it's messed up meaning that, you know, it's stupid to think that you yourself can decide whether or not someone can enter an establishment. Right? You're not the law. Alright.
They're celebrating a friend's birthday. I want literally nothing to do with straight people, which is why I'm in Cubbyhole in the first place. And, you know, I'm just like...
Oh, man. You got a problem. You got a real problem. I want nothing to do with straight people. Alright, cool.
Hey, okay, this is a queer bar. We don't have a lot of spaces. I've been coming to this bar for a long time. It's a special place for me. It's also a safe place for me. And I have seen a lot of...
Alright, so this brain rot is very spreadable, I believe, because she's also saying that we don't have a lot of bars. Don't even get me started again. Don't even.
cis straight guys come into this bar and cause problems. Like, it's a known thing. It happens at Cubbyhole, it happens at Henrietta's, it happens at Stonewall. There are straight dudes that come into these bars specifically because they're trying to pick up girls. So I wasn't trying to instigate anything. I was just trying to, like, hey, safety check.
The only thing I would probably say in agreement is that if straight guys are going into lesbian bars to try to pick up chicks, they're probably going to have a real hard time. So it doesn't, I don't really know if that's correct or not. I'm not confident on that assertion, but let's just assume for the sake of the argument that that's true.
You know, they got on my face. I just wanted to pee, so I was just like, all right, I'm going to the bathroom. I go in there, and I just tried to de-escalate. I go back to my friend. There's more stuff that happens, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I do think that if you're going into a queer space, you should be respectful of that, and you should keep in mind that there are very limited spaces, especially for lesbians and queer women, where we can feel safe, where we can go, and there's literally the Lesbian Bar Project. If you've not heard about it, go look into it, because there are so few spaces. And honestly, I'm not going to apologize for protecting them. I just get heated. But
yeah, it sounds like you were pretty heated at that guy, which is why his friends came up and being like, what the heck is wrong with you? Sounds like you created a real problem, and you're just nonchalantly making this video and being like, yeah, I was just going up to him and asking him, like, why was he here, you know? Like, fuck you.
That's pretty much it. I'm Katie, and I'm that lesbian, and sorry, but actually not sorry.
Yeah, I bet.
She didn't even really confront him. She just...
Oh my god, she's believing. She's believing this woman completely. Let's just let this video play out, alright?
Saw this man there and was like, hey, why are you here? Are you with someone? Did someone invite you? And then he responded aggressively. He responded with, oh, am I not allowed to be here without someone? Would that be a problem then? Like, yes. Like, yes, it would be, actually. Like, what are you doing here? Because of this, there were a few people who called her out, like, why did you assume he was a cis man? Like, how did you know he was... Right.
Exactly. What is the checklist for someone to appear as a cis white man? Or, okay, whatever, cis man, right? Or a gay guy, I should be saying. What is the checklist, right? Because you know, I just hate saying the same things over and over, right? We got 10 minutes left, all right? I just hate saying the same things over and over. It is impossible to assume without getting to know the person that they're gay or straight. Alright? It's impossible. So that woman may have just gone up to a gay guy. You know, because apparently gay guys are fine being invited by a woman, whether they're gay or straight, but you know, if they're straight, if they're gay guys, they have to be invited by a woman, which could be gay or straight, doesn't matter to them, but it matters that the man is gay for some reason. So she may have just gone up to a gay guy, not even knowing, right? And he could have said, well, I'm with this woman who invited me, and there would not have been a problem. But because she assumed that a guy was straight and went up to him and saying, why the hell are you here? That's where the problem was created. Just fucking stop being babies. Stop being a baby. You're not protecting any establishment. All right? You're not protecting it. There's nothing to protect. All right? It's really not even up to you. 401,000 subscribers. Holy shit.
Was a cis straight man in the first place. And I think that, like, that's a slightly, like, unreasonable question to ask, right? Like, I understand that trans men are allowed in, like, lesbian spaces and, like, queer women spaces because, you know, they also suffer from a lot of gender discrimination and might not feel safe in other spaces, and that's totally chill. I respect that. I understand that. But I still think that asking a man that you see in that space, like, why are you here, is completely valid. And I think that trans men who understand why women may feel afraid and uncomfortable with a man there.
If you want to make all of this make sense, just don't even allow gay men into your lesbian bar. There you go. That solves it. But holy shit, you just have to let them in, and then, you know, think that you can assume who's gay and who's not. That's where the problem lies.
Would understand that and be sympathetic to that and not respond with aggression. So I feel like just responding with aggression.
How do you know he was responding with aggression? How do you know that? Nowhere in any of these videos was there any clarification on whether the male friend was acting in aggression. You're just assuming that.
Aggression kind of solidifies the fact that this is a cishet man. Like, the entitlement.
Oh, okay. All right, let's hear her out.
The arrogance and the aggression in that response.
Aggression.
Really
So, aggression, entitlement, and what was the other thing?
The entitlement, the arrogance, and the aggression.
Arrogance. Wow. So from both fucking stories, I'm not getting anything that is clarifying or even pointing out aggression, arrogance, and entitlement. None of that came off from any of these two videos. You're just assuming that. And you're assuming that it's a straight guy because of those three things. Get the fuck out of here.
And in that response really solidifies that this is not his space, but he feels like he deserves to be in it. You know what I mean? I'm sure that if you approach...
You deserve to be in a regular one too. Like, you can go to a regular bar and say, I'm allowed to be here. Like, what? I can't.
A trans man and ask that, they would respond in a much gentler way. Either, you know, saying that they are trans because they're in a space where it is, like, safe to say that, or by just being like, hey, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm with those people over there, please don't mind me. It's not going to be an aggressive response. And I also imagine that a lot of trans men would feel, like, quite, you know, elated almost that they passed well enough to be mistaken for a cis man in a lesbian bar. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to respond with aggression. And I think that really answers the question, and think that that makes it unfair that people are being like, well, how did you know? Why did you assume? Like, she didn't. She just asked a man why he was there, and he responded aggressively. So it kind of answered the question for itself. And then I find it so funny, the contradiction here of, like, the girl in the original video said that he was coming in to say hi and then leave, which we already knew was bullshit because he waited in line to get into this bar and steals a queer woman's spot in this very small bar.
Stealing a queer woman's spot. Stealing it. As if there was any intellectual property at all. And you know, he was saying hello for 2 minutes and using the restroom. Cry about it.
But anyway, she came...
There was probably a bathroom for men anyway, or a family restroom. Gee whiz.
I out and saw him at a table chatting with these two women, so that doesn't really seem like coming
54 minutes.
And then leaving. That seems like coming in for a drink and hanging out there for a time, continuing to take that space from a queer woman.
No, it doesn't. And not in none of those videos was that hinted at all. Coming in and having drinks. Get the fuck out of here. Like, this is oh my god. This is the most delusional woman I've ever seen on YouTube ever.
And also, probably making a lot of the queer women around feel a little bit uncomfortable, you know?
How do you know that? How do you know that? Okay, maybe you would have been, but you don't know that for everyone else.
Like, you've come into our space and feel like you deserve to be there. And then on top of that, this straight woman insults her and calls her a bitch purely for just asking why he was there.
Did she call her a bitch? Did she? Wait. Hold on, what are we at? 16:11? Alright, let's rewind the video again! I'm getting sick of this. 16:11, alright.
Some context on what happened from my perspective. So I was at Cubbyhole, been going to this bar for 8 years since I moved to New York. I actually met my wife there. I was waiting in the bathroom line, minding my own business, and there was a dude standing in front of the bathroom. I tapped him on his shoulder. I was like, excuse me, you know, you're kind of in the way, whatever. I was not trying to start conflict, anything like that. He turns around. He seemed a little bit grumpy. So I was like, okay, dude, are you even here with anyone? Like, what are you doing in this bar? And he points to his friend, a girl who seems pretty queer to me. Not the girl who made that other video. And she's like, he's with me. I'm like, okay, cool. I turn around, continue to wait in line, really had to pee. And then this guy comes to me and he goes, well, if I wasn't here with someone, would that be a problem? And I say, absolutely. Like, yes, it would be a problem. This guy, the girl in that video, some other girls, they all jump at me and they're like, what? Like, why would you say that? That's so messed up, blah, blah, blah. These people start coming at me. And I'm just in the bathroom. I'm there celebrating a friend's birthday. I want literally nothing to do with straight people, which is why I'm in Cubbyhole in the first place. And, you know, I'm just like, hey, okay, this is a queer bar. We don't have a lot of spaces. I've been coming to this bar for a long time. It's a special place for me. It's also a safe place for me. And I have seen a lot of cis straight guys come into this bar and cause problems. Like, it's a known thing. It happens at Cubbyhole. It happens at Henrietta's. It happens at Stonewall. There are straight dudes that come into these bars specifically because they're trying to pick up girls. So I wasn't trying to instigate anything. I was just trying to, like, hey, safety check, you know? They got on my face. I just wanted to pee, so I was just like, all right, I'm going to the bathroom. I go in there, and I just tried to de-escalate. I go back to my friend. There's more stuff that happens, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I do think that if you're going into a queer space, you should be respectful of that, and you should keep in mind that there are very limited spaces, especially for lesbians and queer women, where we can feel safe, where we can go, and there's literally the Lesbian Bar Project. If you've not heard about it, go look into it, because there are so few spaces. And honestly, I'm not going to apologize for protecting them. Yeah, I just get heated. But that's pretty much it. I'm Katie, and I'm that lesbian. And sorry, but actually not sorry.
Alright, so I wanted to watch that whole clip again just to make sure I didn't miss one bit. So apparently she didn't get called a bitch. Assumptions. Very dangerous road we're going down, wouldn't you say, queer Kiwi?
Why he was there. Which is a completely valid thing to say. It's a completely valid thing to ask. Regardless of whether a cishet man is invited in by a queer friend or not, doesn't really matter.
Okay, sure. That's another thing. You can ask, who are you with? And then you can say, oh, I'm with, you know, this woman right over here. So okay, that's two little tiny microscopic W's that you can hold on to. That's acceptable. All right. If I see a suspicious guy coming into my establishment, I'm gonna be like, hey, what are you doing here, buddy? You know. So whatever. Moving on.
Don't think you should be there, and I think that queer women shouldn't be inviting their cis-het male friends into these.
But in this scenario, she was saying, "Who are you with?" Because she was assuming the blonde I'm gonna call her a blonde girl. Blonde girl was assuming that this man was a heterosexual man. So actually, the example that I gave doesn't even match up with what was going on. Because it's two completely different things. Because the example I gave actually makes sense, and the other example is garbage. Moving on.
Spaces. I just don't think that that's a cool thing to do. It's just not on. And like she says, she's seen a lot of problems started and like caused because of this happening. Because yeah, you know, cishet men have a feeling of entitlement.
What? Cishet men have a feeling of entitlement? Alright, this is actually sexism. Like, this is actually sexism. If I were to say, oh, well, you know, women can't take responsibility for, they have problems with accountability, people would be like, but no, this gay girl can say, cishet men have an issue with entitlement. Go fuck yourself. Like, actually.
A lot of the time, straight men in these spaces will go and try to hit on queer women because, one, they know like bisexual, pansexual, etc. women exist, and two, they like to think they can like turn women. So they go and they make women uncomfortable. They don't leave women alone, and they start fights and they ruin this safe space for people. And there are a lot of queer women who no longer go to these places because they have been made to feel unsafe by people who shouldn't be there being in there. And it's just really, really sad. You know, it's meant to be a place for community and for safety, and then some people just feel like they are entitled to that space and take it away when they literally have all the other spaces. As a straight person, you can go literally anywhere. You can go anywhere.
So can you! Don't act like you can't! Oh my god! Dude! My downtown area has so many bars. I'm seeing, like, gay-looking people going in there all the time. Don't fucking act like you have less spaces than the rest of us. Okay? Give me a fucking break.
You can go to any bar, especially as a cishet man. You can go to any bar and feel safe. And yet...
You see, I get this...
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? Sometime in the future, I'm gonna remember this video I made, and I'm gonna make a video going into a lesbian bar. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. If anyone would like to join me, and they know who I am in real life, that it would be an awesome fucking video. But let's get back to this gem in the rough. Or diamond in the rough, as it's said.
You can go to any bar and feel safe. And yet...
Because I say diamond in the rough because this is just pure comedy. At this point, I don't give a shit what you say. Like, this is comedy, alright?
And yet, you stood in that line surrounded by queer, non-cis men, right? You stood in that line around all those people and waited to get in, and you never once thought, like, maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe I shouldn't be here. Maybe these people behind me deserve to go into this bar more than I do. That didn't even cross his mind. He just was like, yeah, no, this seems right. I should go here. This makes sense. Like, how do you think that that's an appropriate thing to do? It's just wild to me. The lack of sort of, like, understanding. And
it's astounding to me how, like, you're saying how, like, people should act around your lesbian bars. Like it's astounding how you think you know what's good for these people. Like, you know what's good for these people? Staying away from people like you.
and compassion, like the complete disregard for why these spaces are important. It's so funny to me because she, as a straight woman, felt entitled enough in this space to be able to invite her cis-het male friend into this women-only space. And then kind of under the guise of like, he's my friend, so like, you know, he's not gonna hurt anyone or make anyone uncomfortable because he's...
Right. He's probably not going to. So leave it alone.
My friend, and I personally know him and know that he's a good person. When firstly, he went in and pretty much immediately started a fight with someone.
What are you talking about? Started a fight! The blonde lesbian girl's the one that started the shit! What are you talking about? Watch the shit over again. Does this woman watch her own videos and be like, yeah, this is like, I'm owning the conservatives. I'm owning the Republicans. I'm owning the Trumpers. I'm doing such a good job for the queer community, guys. This is like 100 IQ right here. Like,
so like not even true. And then
the blonde girl went up to the guy and was like, yo, who are you? Like, what the hell are you doing here? And then, you know, it seems like she got pretty heated because the blonde girl said she went into the bathroom and sort of cooled down. So what the fuck do you not mean by, you know, she calmly asked him, like, what are you doing? It didn't seem like that based on the blonde girl's own freaking words. She had to go in the bathroom, take a piss, and cool down. De-escalate.
like took his side in that fight, so you also were, you know, not respecting the space you were in, not just by inviting a man into it, but by not understanding why someone was upset about it. Like, you were a guest in this space and you violated like every rule.
Fuck you mean every rule? Every one of your rules? Fuck you mean every rule? Every rule. Every rule. List the fucking rules. List the fucking rules. I'd like to see I'd like to see someone in the comments that's actually someone like her in my video come up with the fucking rules about lesbian bars. Come up with them. Because I guarantee you if we're talking realistically, there is nowhere in any sort of legality area where a straight guy can't walk into a lesbian establishment, a lesbian bar. Alright? Broke every rule. I'm gonna break your face.
Every rule. And the fact that you came onto TikTok and were like, I don't get it. Can you tell me why it's bad to bring a cishet man into a lesbian bar? Like, why do you need to ask why that's bad? Surely you know. Surely you can piece it together in your head why that might not be a good idea.
Surely he can think like me. Oh, he wasn't thinking like me or the rest of us? Yeah, this is a bad guy. This is a bad guy.
And why the people there were upset. And, like, I'm sure more people would confront you about it if they weren't afraid of confrontation with a cishet man. You know? Like, I'm sure more people were looking at you. People probably were leaving. People just didn't feel comfortable now that you'd brought this person in there. And, like, they just didn't tell you because it's not worth getting in a fight.
Oh my god, a straight guy came into the establishment. Everybody out! Meanwhile, you have actually no idea whether those gay guys that were in the bar with the rest of you were actually, not gay. Get fucked.
Which is obviously what would happen when
3 minutes left.
asks. And it's so frustrating that these people can just, like, overlook any issue and not take any accountability. Like, she has received... Like,
What the fuck? What the fuck was the accountability? There was no fucking accountability to take. Alright? No one did anything wrong. Alright? Not even this fucking blonde girl did anything remotely that wrong. Alright? She just started a little confrontation that didn't even end in violence. No one did anything wrong. From the perspectives we saw in this video, this brunette girl and this blonde girl and the friend probably didn't do anything wrong. It didn't sound like anyone did anything wrong. There were no hands thrown, okay? There were no, based on what we heard from blonde girl and brunette girl, there were no threats being made. There were no hands thrown.
On thousands of comments and like stitches and replies and everything, and she's not mentioned it once. Like, she's left the video up, but she has not made an apology. She has not made any follow-ups to this. Like, she in this video asked a question of, is this wrong? Tell me. Give me your input. I want to know. And then because it obviously didn't go in her favor, she's just ignored it. She's kept the video up because I'm assuming she's on the creator fund and is probably getting money from this video that has over 1.5 million views, which is something else entirely.
1.5 million views for this shit. How? 1.5 million views. That is out of hand. Holy shit. Do people care about this that much? I mean, I guess that's hypocritical because I'm making a video about this. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be like, wow, I'm glad I got through that fucking 23-minute video without losing my shit.
Honestly, I feel like that adds a whole new layer to the whole thing. Yeah, this video has been a bit of a mess. I had notes and then I just got kind of sidetracked and went all over the place. My brain is fried today.
Yeah, no fucking shit. You're frying you are actively losing brain cells as you're speaking. All right? Do me a favor and actually delete your channel.
I am not in my best mental health right now, but
Yeah, you would be in a better mental health if you didn't have this fucking YouTube channel. And if you had, you know what? Maybe if you actually put on a fucking better outfit that doesn't make and undyed your hair so it's not rainbow colored, so you don't look like a fucking Harley Quinn knockoff, that would probably make you feel a lot better about yourself. And if you deleted your fucking channel,
I am trying my best.
I'm trying my best to get through this shit.
On this whole thing, I think that we should keep, spaces for queer people to being for queer people, especially when it comes to gender minorities. I think that we need this space for trans men, non-binary people, and women. We need safe spaces, and we need straight people to stop taking them.
Alright. So, listen. If you want to ban, if a new law comes out and bans straight people from entering gay bars, fucking fine with me. Because you know what they do in Japan? They're allowed to discriminate against foreigners, but they don't. Because it makes money. Okay? That's why there's no ban on straight people going into gay bars. Because it doesn't profit. Okay? It's not profitable. That's why they're still open. Because they have profits. Okay? That's why they're still able to maintain their own business. Because they have profits. Not just from the fucking lesbians in the bars. Because maybe a guy actually wants to come in and order a drink with his friends that just happen to be at a lesbian bar. He doesn't give a shit that it's a lesbian bar. He just wants to hang out with his friends. Maybe that just happens to happen sometimes. And you know what? The bartender may not be fucking happy with it, but at the end of the day, the bartender is not the one making the decisions. The business owner is the one making the decisions. Alright, that bartender at least still has a job. And the gay people still have a bar to go to because of the responsible decisions the business owner is making. Alright? They don't discriminate against straight people because it doesn't make money. Alright? Yeah, sure. If we discriminated against straight people, we'd be fine. But why would you want to limit yourself to a certain amount of profit you can make when you can have other people that aren't just lesbians, aren't just gays, come into your bar and order drinks? That's another layer we can add on to this.
Away from us. Yeah. So let me know your thoughts. I hope that you enjoyed this video.
Oh no, I didn't enjoy it at all.
Leave a like and subscribe. A massive thank you to my Sprout and Above patrons.
Alright, goodbye. Let's see what else she has on her fucking channel. Get out. Wait, what was that? Toxic Boy Mums. Alright, that's weird. The Ancient Conservative. Oh, she is a active uploader. 22 hours ago. 3 days ago, 6 days ago, 11 days ago. Oh my god. What is... Weaponized incompetence. Hetero cringe. Okay, cool. Hot masculine takes. Wow. Kiwi support group. Alright. Purity culture in school. Conservative Bluey knockoff. Oh my god. Bluey. I fucking knew it. Bluey. Of course someone like her likes Bluey. How can she not? Gee whiz. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't like Bluey. I don't fucking know. But, gee whiz. An hour and 16 minutes. Oh my god. I may upload another video today or tomorrow, who knows. But next week, I'll try to do a double upload. Well, I'll try to do a double upload this week, who knows. But, holy shit. I have never seen this much delusion in a single person before. Ever. Not even the people that I used to have beef with were this crazy. Okay? So, wow, I think I actually lost quite a bit of brain cells because I'm just drained. I'm just drained. Guys, this is what it does to you. This is what it does to normal people. It fucking drains your life energy. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm sorry we couldn't play Infinite Night on Five Nights at Treasure Island. Sometime soon on my channel, I'm going to be playing either the second Five Nights at Treasure Island and the or the remastered version of Treasure Island. Either or, maybe both, who knows. But all I know is that, without a further ado, I will see you all next week, back on the flip side. Peace!